Tomorrow, voters will decide who will sit on the Wisconsin Supreme Court for the next term.
The nonpartisan race has turned into a political battle between Judge Brian Hagedorn and Judge Lisa Neubauer. I talked with both, so you now know what you need to know.
Hello, young people. How are you?
Judge Neubauer is helping to turn out the vote with UW-Milwaukee students. She was appointed to the appeals court by former Democratic Governor Jim Doyle in 2007 after 20 years in private practice. Do you think voters expect you, though, to be the liberal-leaning candidate?
I think what the voters want is they want a judge, and that's what I've been for 11 years.
Hello again, Brian Hagedorn. Good to see you, Brian.
Judge Hagedorn was closing out his campaign, shaking hands with GOP supporters this weekend. He was appointed to the appeals court by former Republican Governor Scott Walker. Hagedorn worked 5 years for Walker as his chief legal counsel. Isn't there an expectation that you will be a conservative judge?
Well, I can't speak for the expectation of voters all over the place. All I can say is that I've been consistent in saying I'm not running on a political philosophy. I'm not running to accomplish an agenda.
Hagedorn has been endorsed by conservative groups like the NRA and Wisconsin Right to Life. He describes his judicial philosophy as interpreting the law as it is written, not which party passed it.
I hope that everybody wants 7 members of the Wisconsin Supreme Court who have that judicial philosophy, who are going to look at what the law says and just the law.
The Wisconsin Supreme Court now leans conservative 4-3. This race will replace retiring Justice Shirley Abrahamson, the first female and longest-serving member of the court who was loved by liberals. Neubauer has benefited from outside liberal groups like Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin and former Democratic Attorney General Eric Holder's group. She describes her judicial philosophy as no agenda, no ideology.
What I have presented to the voters is a person who is strongly committed to being fair, impartial, independent. That's what I've done for 11 years. That's why I have bipartisan support.
Both candidates have questioned each other about being impartial. Neubauer for attending a climate march in 2017, opposing President Trump's policies.
I don't think that you can look at my 3,000 decisions and say Lisa's somebody who's got a thumb on the scale or who brings her personal views or partisanship to her decisions.
Hagedorn faced criticism for blogs he wrote while in law school, calling Planned Parenthood a wicked organization and denouncing court rulings for gay rights.
The fact that I was in law school, certain views were expressed, doesn't change my commitment now to applying the law, and people should look at my judicial record.
Milwaukee County is the largest in the state, but more people have voted early in Dane County so far. Milwaukee County had more than 20,000 absentee voters, followed by Waukesha County with more than 16,000. All early voting numbers are up from last year's spring election.